So, you've just completed the masterclass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Third course it was.
Yep, the third course. Is it the third one you've done, or
no? The first ever
one.
Course.
So you've done no other Tidy Pro courses. Okay. How did you find? Because it's quite intense, 12 weeks. How did you find doing the masterclass with BK?
Oh, a bit surreal. You know, getting your project sent off to BK and Lee and getting a personalised video back, telling you where you've gone wrong, where you've gone right, and yeah, really, really good.
So what made you want to sign up for the Tidy Pro course then? What made you think, yeah, I'm going to do this?
Well, in lockdown I had a lot of time on my hands. Started going through all my old vinyl records, a lot of Tidy Trax stuff there. Started listening to Sam's Untitled show. Did a masterclass. I think it was the Paul Maddox drum programming class. I didn't even have a DAW at this point, just had a drum machine. Thought I'll get hold of Ableton, and one thing led to another, and asked Lee a few questions if you know what the course entailed, and I'm glad I made the choice to do it.
So, if somebody was looking at wanting to do the Tidy Pro course, what would you say to them? If they're contemplating, they've got in the back of their mind, should I really do this? What's in it for me?
Just do it. You know, I wish I had done the first course, and I would have been further ahead now, because I don't think I would ever got to this point without the course. You know, I would have been going around in circles, probably never even finished a track.
What would you say has been the most valuable thing that you've picked up from doing the course?
Just to keep it simple, really, and you know where to spend my time, what plugins or to use or not use, and keep focused.
So the course itself is quite time consuming. Even though it's a 12-week course of 1 hour, it's not just that hour, is it? Because you're given homework to do, which is where you actually put in the graph to you know, create the elements that you've been asked to do. How did you manage to allocate that time to be able to do the work? Because did you think that it would just be the 1 hour course and that's it every week, or did you have an idea that actually there's going to be a fair more?
Yeah, that was one of my concerns before I took the course, because you know trying to find hours and hours per week is quite difficult. But I managed to sit down in the evening, 8 o'clock, just switch the computer on and make a start, and before you know it, it's midnight, and then the next day, yeah.
So, what kind of style of music are you making?
I was going down the untidy route. Very big kick drum, bass line, quite simple, stripped down.
How are you finding making the bass lines? Because they are not the simplest thing to make, are they? An untidy bass line, let's be honest.
No.
Did you do Sam's Untidy
Yes, I did the
course
remix competition as well, which was good fun. I enjoyed that.
For Boogie Monster.
Yeah.
So what did you find really difficult with the Tidy Pro Masterclass? What was the most difficult thing for you to get your head around that you managed to overcome, and how did you overcome that difficulty?
The hardest point for me was probably doing the riffs and the musical side of it, the kicks and the bass line. I seem to make something I like anyway that works, but then you put the synths on top of it, or the vocal. Finding the hook's really difficult. You spent hours and hours going around in circles, but they keep you focused and come back, say this works, that doesn't work, and they direct you, which is very useful.
How have you found the support network that follows on from the masterclass? Because it's not just a case of the mentor program. There's also the producers Facebook group, which is separate to the Tidy Pro group. So there's a producers group as well. How do you find the support?
There's a lot of good input on there. Like Ben would put plugins that are useful up on there. Other lads would put sample packs up, and if someone's struggling, they can put a track on and get a bit of feedback. It's good.
Perfect. Brilliant.